Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your man, J Kevin Johnson. Hey, it's your man,
Go ahead.
J Kevin Johnson over at Two Shot Guys and One Mic here with my partner in crime, Leif Taylor. Say what's up to the people out there, Leif.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Here at the office, still just getting the grind in, putting in some work. Talking with Kevin. Lamar's down there. I guess he was about to do something.
We put sometimes work consists of laughing and have a good time, letting off some steam, right? So today we're just going to talk about how to get over some of your biggest reservations and fears when it comes to pursuing some goals and dreams and some designated resolutions that you've made at any time in your life. A lot of times we each of us have like inborn fears and things that kind of that hold us back. And so we're just going to talk about a little bit and have a little discussion about some fears that each and every one of us may be having now. What are some of your fears that you're having that you're looking to overcome? The conversation kind of started in that Leif asked me, why are you so shy? Was that one of the questions?
Yeah, that was one of the questions.
Why am I so shy? And I don't know why I'm shy. I was born that way, maybe. But it has been one of the fear of being in front of people and talking and kind of being out up front has been one of the things that has plagued me over the years that I've had to learn to get over and had to learn the skill and art of getting up out front regardless of how I felt inside. And so this is what kind of got us going on this topic today. And you know, Leif expressed a reservation, I call it a fear, to me about some lifestyle diet changes that he was thinking about.
Yeah, so I had been watching some videos and just researching some information about like gluten and gluten. Not necessarily celiac disease, but a lot of the bad effects of gluten on your body. Myself personally, I have a lot like dry skin, especially this time of the year. My children as well. So I was looking into some research, and a lot of like eczema and those kinds of things can be attributed to gluten, which I never considered before. So I was thinking about, actually, I'm in the process of doing it now, just cutting out gluten out of my diet. And for me, I'm just the all or nothing kind of guy. And one of the reservations for me personally that I thought about was like, okay, so what will I eat? You know, since I'm a vegan, I don't know if many of you know that, I don't eat meat and a lot of dairy products at all. I don't eat any dairy products, as a matter of fact. And then eliminating pasta and those kinds of things out of my diet, which ironically, I haven't eaten any pasta for quite some time. So my reservation is kind of unfounded at the moment, right? My children eat a lot of bread, so I'm really more concerned about them than I am myself in terms of changing some of the dietary habits, living a healthier, more fit life, taking control back over my health. Lamar made a comment, he said, man, you gained a little weight since one of our videos. And I was like, you know what, maybe I have. And so,
well, you know, the camera does add like 10 pounds, so you know, that's probably what it was.
Yeah. Lamar ain't trying to hear that. But yeah, so just thinking about that kind of stuff is like, you know what, I'm gonna start implementing some more things back into my daily lifestyle, getting up super early in the morning and exercising. I was getting up at 5:30 every morning and going to the gym, so I'm thinking about doing that. But really going back to the reservations in terms of the diet, I was kind of concerned. It's like, okay, so I'm gonna have to change a lot of the way I eat. Hey, what's going on, Nina?
Hey, Nina.
And so that was one of the things that I've been thinking about. It's like, okay, if I don't eat gluten, what does that mean? It's like no cereal, no breads. It was a whole lot of things. And again, ironically, I haven't really been eating any as of late, so maybe my body was preparing myself.
Yeah. Sometimes your body has a way of getting ahead of you as far as preparation before you're mentally ready to accept or even consciously think about that.
Yeah, man.
Maybe that's what it is. There is something to that though, because when I used to work at an organic farm, and one of the things about seasonal changes is that your body is attuned to this earth. It's attuned to a lot of cycles and rhythms that we're not really aware of. So a lot of times the body is attuned to things, shifts that are taking place, and it'll help you shift in ways that you consciously may not be thinking of, or it hasn't really hit the brain, the conscious mind yet. But subconsciously, you're already in that mode. Okay. How about the keto diet?
Are you trying to do the keto diet, Nina?
The keto. Well, my view on the keto diet, yeah, it's good. There's a lot of the keto diet is good. I've tried it and it works. Just with any diet change, you might want to. You can use it, any kind of diet, as patchwork. Yeah. To kind of get you to a certain spot. But just be aware that the overall principle that you want to apply to your life, whether it's a diet or anything else, is that you have to make it a lifestyle change and have to make it a whole paradigm shift, which is going back to what you were talking about, which had me thinking that whether it's a diet or whether it's me getting over my shyness, when it comes to fears, one of the things that helps is the principle of reflection, meaning the principle and art of taking time to reflect. And when I learned this, I'm articulating this now because I was thinking about a billionaire investment banker by the name of Ray Dalio, and I was listening to some of his speeches and talks and interviews, and one of the things he talks about was in order for somebody to make progress over on a continual basis, overstepping and overcoming a lot of opportunities and challenges and fears that you may have, is to take the pain of a mistake or a failure or a lesson, and then pain plus reflection equals progress. And the pain with regard to my shyness, the pain of me crashing and burning plenty of times in social situations.
That's not funny, but I'm sorry.
Plus the reflection of, hey, I don't want this to be something that debilitates me or keeps me from me being the best version of me that I can be, or that keeps me from making the leveling up progression that I seek to have on a continual basis. In order to overcome this, I have to take this pain, I'm reflecting on it. Now I have to gather and source out some skills, hone and cultivate some skills that's going to help me overcome this. And one of the things that I did to help me overcome the fear of talking on camera or being in front of people was I had a mentor. I had somebody who pulled me to the side, and I was open-minded enough to accept his help. You know, I was open-minded enough to help to be able to accept his mentorship, and he worked with me, and we did some recordings. We did some.
So how long did that take you? How long did that process last?
Surprisingly, the process did not take that long. That's the thing, is when you actually face up to your fear, it does not take long to get over the perception of that fear being something big that's going to take you a lot of time or to take a lot of work to get through. That may be the case in some areas, in some instances. It may be the case depending on your temperament and the person. You talked about your diet. I'm talking about my shyness and the fear that I had. But surprisingly, a lot of fears that I've had, it doesn't take long. It probably took maybe a solid month of me really recording myself and me practicing in front of him, and then practicing and going back and listening to myself. The process didn't take that long.
Yeah, and I guess in the grand scheme of things, a month is really, it may be a long time for some, but if you really think about it in the grand scheme of your life, a month is really not long at all. And even practicing something for 2 weeks can actually change your mindset and your mentality around accomplishing a goal. And Nina, I don't know if you're still there, one of the things that I would advise you to do, my wife went on the keto diet, and she had a lot of complications because you need to know what your internal makeup is.
Yeah.
You can experiment with it, but yeah, her body didn't react well at all to it. So I would advise you to like slowly start removing things out of your diet and see how that helps. Like for me, when I went vegan, it's hard to believe it's been so long ago. This was like 7 years ago. It was an easy switch for me. Like certain things I'm able to do real easy, while other things take more time, right? So for me, giving up meat and dairy, I did it. I made up my mind, and I was done, and I've been that way for 7 years. But with other things, it's some things you have more reservations about, and then so you have to like mentally prepare yourself to get over certain hurdles, and even understanding, like for example, getting in shape. I used to be a personal trainer. I used to train a lot. I used to exercise a lot. So one of the issues that I used to run into when I decided I wanted to start getting fit again was realizing how painful it is to start from scratch, right? Starting over. And so starting over is not necessarily, it doesn't feel great because you're starting from a weak base, and when you're trying to go from weak to gain strength, it's really painful, and I know that it's painful because I've been there so many times.
Yeah.
So getting over that mental hurdle of, you know what, I'm just going to suck it up and do it. And then once you start, that's part of the best thing. To just see your body reacts bad to carbs. Yeah, definitely. So the carb, if your body reacts bad, cut it out. You need to cut it. But it's like one of those things. It's like if you know that it's not good for you, have the courage to eliminate it, which is what I'm trying to do right now, right? Getting rid of carbs. That's why I'm putting it out there. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna tell people about it so they can hold me accountable.
So we can watch you over the course of these videos, and we can continually come back to it.
Yes, for sure. So like at the beginning of this year, one of the things that my wife and I we did was eliminated sugars from our diet for 10 days. That's really why I hadn't been eating any pasta, right? So we did that for 10 days. First few days sucked. It sucked pretty bad.
It's withdrawal.
Because I love fruit. Like fruit is like the highlight of my day, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's like my one dessert. And
it's
then,
nature's Skittles.
Nature's Skittles.
Nature's Skittles.
I thought Skittles was nature's Skittles. Anyway, so like getting rid of those sugars, like it really wasn't as bad because I noticed I drank a lot more water. Since I've eaten sugar, I've eaten banana pudding, which I hadn't had in like 7 years. And that's what made me like, man, I'm getting fat. I need to cut this out of my diet. I need to start drinking more water. And so I really past couple of days have been assessing my inventory of myself, inventory of my habits, inventory of the things I've been doing. And so this is the embarking of a journey for me in terms of my fitness and tweaking some of the things in my personal life, like Kevin was talking about yesterday, like getting to sleep earlier and those kinds of things. Yeah.
Hey, well, you right on. You're right on it, because what I'm hearing is the pain of where you are now, is in particular, you know, talking about diet and some of the changes you're making. You're reflecting on it, and now it's causing you to progress. This is right on point, and this is a principle that when we like really articulate it and we really sit down and make a moment and time for it, it will help us turbocharge our progression in things that we want to achieve over the year. Like I said at the beginning, shyness was one of my biggest fears that I had to overcome in the past. One of my fears now is hopefully that you see over the course of the show and you see over the course of things developing, is that one of the fears I'm having now is the what if you don't succeed? What if you don't succeed with actually making the jump and doing the thing that you love to do? One of the reasons why we decided to start Two Shy Guys at a Mic, the whole brand of personal development, is that for me, I want you to actually follow and see somebody actually personally developing and leveling up. Doing this is forcing me to actually consider the pain that I'm feeling, and that right now I'm not doing something that is feeding my soul. It's feeding my stomach and paying the bills right now, but there's still an emptiness as far as having my soul satiated. And when I mean soul, I'm talking about having my mind consumed and my imagination captured to the point of you have that calm delight to where if I don't ever get paid for doing this, it's something that I have to do, that I must do.
Yeah. See, Nene says she doesn't want to be crippled by fear anymore. Thanks for doing it. Yeah, no problem.
Really?
But yeah, because that's one of the things like Kevin and I, we talk about quite often. Fear is like you said, it can be very crippling. It can stop you from doing the things you truly desire to do. One way, like he said, look at the pain and use that pain as fuel to go forward. And the pain that I'm referring to right now is, think about the pain of not trying. Think about the pain of not going after those things. Think about Think about the pain of sitting in a spot that you hate, right? So use that pain to propel you forward. He talked about fearing failure. Fear not trying more than you fear failure.
Man,
not trying is more debilitating than trying ever was, right? So you have to be willing to throw yourself out there and be willing to make a mockery of yourself. Like I said, I say this all the time. I purposely put my
pain and regret.
Yes, you definitely don't want that in your life. So I always put myself in positions, especially for a lesson for my kids. It's not for me necessarily. I'll put myself out there to try something new in front of them, and I'll look like a complete idiot doing it. But I do that to show them that even if I do look like an idiot, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, so what? Somebody laughs. So what? Because at the end of the day, the people that were laughing and pointing are the ones that aren't trying either. So why let those people hold you back and hinder you from pursuing something that you truly, truly want, right? Don't do that. Don't allow anybody that's sitting on the sidelines, because guess what? If you put yourself out there, somebody will step up and help you.
Yep.
You'd be surprised. There's somebody else like, you know what? I was trying this, and here, just like with the Kevin's mentor, right? It's like, hey, I used to have the same issue. Here's how you should go about it. Or if you throw yourself out there, you'll meet people that are doing the same thing, and they'll show you nuances of how to achieve and overcome. So never feel afraid to throw yourself out there. I mean, just think about it. We're doing this. We're talking like by reservation. I know some of you may see Lamar Wilson's videos. I'm always on the other side of the camera. It's just ain't my thing. I have like a talk limit, just like Kanye West has a smile limit. I have a talk limit. Once I hit so many words a day, I'm done.
You're done.
My essay's over. So that's why I try to like balance the time that I get on camera and those kinds of things. But anyway, do not let the